By the way, if someone did that to you, I'd punch him in the face. I'm sorry. This is inappropriate.
She's just a thirsty little...
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
I said it once, I said it a million times. You're missing out. And some people will go, you're comparing the housewives to Lucille Ball.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. After she was broken into, what they said they were broken into, when they came to arrest her, she said, is this about the robbery? And the policeman said,
there was no robbery. Yo. You cannot micromanage this situation. Shut up.
I was in an episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I almost got cut out of. I almost got fired from that because
no.
This is a good story. And I say, yo, can I talk to you for a second?
I love it story so much.
One, two, three.
Hello.
Welcome to Rapaport'S Reality. My name is Michael Rapaport.
And I'm Kebe Rapaport.
And this is our podcast where we talk about all things reality TV, all things popular culture, and a few things about our relationship. If you've never listened to Rapaport'S Reality, why? Why haven't you?
Why and welcome.
If you've never listened to Rapaport'S Reality, subscribe, rate, review. Follow us on Instagram at Rapaport'S Reality. So much to discuss in the world of reality TV. I mean,
oh, wow.
They stack it.
I love it. What would we do without it?
I truly don't know what we would do without reality TV. And, you know, I was thinking about traders, thinking about the responsive traders, thinking about all of the reality TV, thinking about the crossover of reality TV, thinking about how reality stars are taken, used one place, used another place. And it's never been more popular than right now.
Totally. It's like a unstoppable machine. For instance, last night when we didn't know quite what to watch, we were both tired, and I turned on Below Deck, Captain Jason edition, and lo and behold, boom, there were our girls from Housewives of Salt Lake City.
And we got to see the Below Deck
version, their side of the story.
Their POV of having the Housewives of Salt Lake City, which, of course, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City had a great 2-episode stint with
it's the best.
When she said Heather Gay, she said she hooked, you know.
See, but
they get away with anything.
Yes, it's true. But now that we see that version, when she's riding with him on one of the wave runner, one of the things in the water, and she's holding on to Captain Jason, she's like riding him.
But
she's like, and so she made that in the Housewife edition as if they hooked up. And now you kind of see why. I mean, she had her hands on his hip. She felt like she got close.
She didn't. He's a married man.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But what are you talking about, Heather Gay?
By the way, if someone did that to you, I'd punch him in the fucking face. I'm sorry. This is inappropriate.
She's just a thirsty little.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
You know, like you insinuated, oh, I hooked up with him, but like, are you dating anybody else? Like she'll go, I won't talk about that. But when it's Captain Jason, a married man, you're fine saying
terrible.
Insane.
Totally inappropriate. No bueno. I don't like it. You know, it's funny. I was watching her on this show.
You know, hooked up used to mean like, yo, let's hook up. That means to be like, I would say that to a dude. Let's hook up and meet at the park to go play basketball. And then hook up, the slang now means a man and a woman or
getting together all the way.
Men
I think hook up means hook up, not just make out, like a really like hook up, right?
But hook up, yo, let's hook up and go play ball. Then this took it to a different place.
That was our generation.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. No, this is something different.
Heather, let's just say one more time. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
You groped him. The guy was trying to give you a little beach shore. And then she said, well, we met in Australia. You met in Australia, probably at a Bravo event.
Yeah. And you know,
That'd be like me saying I hooked up with, because you could say something to the effect of, well, I hooked up with Heather Gay at BravoCon 2 years ago. I met her, like, that's what that means.
Right.
We hooked up. We texted and we hooked up and we said hello. That's what hooked up
used to mean.
Yes.
Because the younger people say we hooked up and they mean they got down.
Right.
They got jiggy. But you know what was really, really wild to me? That to watch Below Deck version, and when she lost her pasty for her breast, and she had the stewardess. No, that's for the flight.
No, but I heard them say stewardess on
the deck stew.
But I think that means steward. It's the same
steward. Yeah,
I think. I don't know. I never want to go on a boat.
It's early, guys. Anyway, she had the girl touch her breast and put it back on. We talk about thirsty. This is, I don't know. Maybe it's Thin Heather. She's feeling good about herself. So she's wackier than normal. There's Chunky Heather and Thin Heather. And I think the two people are different. And she would probably say that she's more confident. I would say she's more annoying.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Slow down.
Yes.
Because it can come back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like she's aggressive, or maybe she's not really, we're not seeing her and her real life completely. Like, her kids are gone and we're not seeing her date. So she's a shit stir. She's playing that role. Something's going on. But I was like, whoa, that's like an HR kind of thing for her.
Yes.
I don't know. But they didn't show that on Housewives.
No. Well, they were picking and choosing, and also like, oh, well, so this is. I know how. If you watch it closely, I was watching how they were editing in certain camera angles. They were redoing the drink throw.
The drink throw when they throw the
magical.
Water. Right, it was great.
It's like a Doug Henning, David Copperfield trick. Like
totally,
the fucking two waters were thrown and they met in midair.
Yes, they did it slow
like
motion.
Some shit from The Matrix.
Totally, it was excellent. But then on Below Deck, they focused on the glass on the floor because you can't have the glass on the floor, right?
You can't have the glass on the floor for Salt Lake City because then it takes away from the fun of the
glass throwing, right?
The water throwing.
I feel like every reality show, I mean, this is the benefit of the after show for me. You get to see a different angle. I mean, we like to turn our housewives or our reality TVs, it's like Rubik's Cube. We want to play with the colors. We want to turn it around to fix it and put it back. This is what this is like to me, by seeing the other angle of it.
Yeah, it's like Rashomon. That movie Rashomon.
Yes, exactly.
The point is that a lot of times people that aren't in the reality fandom world, like obviously we are, and every single person listening worldwide, because there's so many of you guys listening worldwide, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, and we want more and more people listening to Rapaport's reality, I said it once, I said it a million times, you're missing out because there's so few actual good TV shows.
I agree.
And you could smudge it. You could look down on it. I don't see you reading a book. You're flipping the channels just like we are. We're not flipping because we sit there and we watch 3-4 hours of this shit.
I know.
And we're never complaining.
Never complaining. And honestly, my level of concentration there's some good TV shows. I watch a lot more TV, regular TV than you, and you don't veer off.
Nope.
It's sports or reality television for you. And I like there's a few shows I like. I like Tehran. There's a couple of shows I like. But let me tell you something. There's nothing that it's like it puts you in a total relaxation zone. And at the same time, these women are completely and utterly entertaining. I was just woke up for some reason thinking about Lucille Ball. This is my favorite. And I thought of the Vegemin.
Yes.
Do you poop out at parties? And I'm watching Lucy on YouTube this morning just to wipe my brain clean of what's going on in the world. And I'm like, this is how I feel about the reality.
It's the same
way
thing.
I feel about Lucille Ball.
Yeah.
And just they don't even know how funny they are. Do you know what I mean?
And some people go, you're comparing the Housewives to Lucille Ball.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
100%.
It's not, we're not saying that they're Lucille Ball. We're saying you get the same thing from
it. Yes, exactly.
Lighthearted, fun entertainment. And at the end of the day, that's what the TV was invented for.
That's right.
To bring you lighthearted, fun entertainment. And now it's taken on a world of its own. You could get anything you want. But with everything going on in the world, with everything going on in your life, with everything going on all the time, lighthearted, fun entertainment is what we get. I don't care if it's Married to Medicine, great season. I don't care if it's Salt Lake City, fantastic season. Potomac just finished their reunion.
Yes, wow. And I will add that, yes, like there's some very serious things going on in these ladies' real lives, but I think, or between each other, they're not getting along, they're having fights, whatever, but they all seem to come together and they do the show next year. So it can't be that bad. And we don't want to get into the real part of it. We're watching it as entertainment.
It's a soap opera.
That's it. It's a soap opera with comedy.
We must acknowledge terrible, talk about real life, terribly sad news, the passing of Mary Cosby's son. This is very sad because
my heart aches for her.
And
really.
It's played out, when it plays out the way it has played out the last 2 seasons, when you're getting to know the kid and you're getting to see the relationship, and you're hoping that it'll go better, and you're hoping and praying that this kid will get on track, and you're kind of seeing the potential for things to go right, and then they actually don't happen that way. And it really, these are regular people.
Yes.
They are just people trying to make it in the world, make a living, find their way. And what a sad story.
Terrible. I mean, I don't have words because that woman, that was her life, that was her best friend. I don't know where she goes from here. I hope that she relies on her faith and she can get through this time. But we're praying for your strength, Mary, and definitely in his short lifetime, he did make an impact because he taught people about addiction, and them sharing and opening up was healing in some way for the world. I'm praying that for somebody in the world got something and got to make it to the other side because of what they've shared on television.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, one of the good things about watching the show is that you do get invested in them, but this is just a terrible thing. Another potentially terrible thing.
Oh boy, I know where you're going.
Yo, it's not looking...
No, it's not good for Wendy. Wen, it's not looking good. Let me say something, babe. The
writing is on the wall.
It is, and this... Shout out to the Le Grand Dame, our favorite, because we had troubles with her interview with Andy, and she got to clean it up on this last episode.
2 steps forward, 3 steps back, babe.
Yes, exactly. And, hey, there's something to be said about that. But
listen, I want to say in regard to her interview with Andy... When you're just out of jail, your mind can't be right.
Sure.
I don't care what kind of therapy you've done in prison.
And I said that. I feel like it was a little too soon.
And it's a journey.
Yes, it's a journey. But it was too, she's got to work and she's got to jump back in. But I was like, whoa, like take a beat. I mean, she had just come home. Anyway, that saying she has the experience and the knowledge and the wisdom, being the La Grande Dame, to tell Wendy, ho, shut your mouth.
Stop talking.
Stop talking. And I thought that was... By the way, that was incredible TV for her to say that, because we know she knows, because she was asked to take a plea deal and she didn't, and then kept on talking, right? So she really knows. And Wendy at first, and she was like,
and you can say what you want about Wendy. She's not dumb.
No, but I think when your back is up against the wall, and you may know she knows what she's up against.
Yo.
I like that she finally shut her mouth and said, I got it. I take that to heart. Thank you.
But why did it even take
that many times?
Why did it even take her saying that?
Because she said her lawyers said what she could say.
Fuck all that.
I don't care what the lawyers would say. I wouldn't say a word.
I'd be like, yo, Andy, we all know what happened. This is how I feel about it, and I can't talk about it any further. At all. Period. Because I can't remember exactly what she said, but she said one thing. She
told the little story that I came downstairs and the police were at the door, and they said that. You know what I mean? We weren't broken into.
The police came back.
The police came.
After she was broken into, they said they were broken into. When they came to arrest her, she said, "Is this about the robbery?" And the policeman said,
"There was no robbery." Yo, and
that's when I start getting the passports and I'm leaving the country. I'm fucking You're in
trouble.
You're playing games.
It's serious. And then I said to you, "What if maybe?" The happy Eddie who wants to please his wife and sees where she's up against and the keeping up with the Joneses and the nice things and having a nice house. Your whole life is exposed. After her, I think was it her first season that she got a full body mommy makeover and came back and was like, da-da, the professor is hot, and I think he was like pleasing his wife. Like maybe he had it done because he needs to support her shopping.
I don't know.
Like, what if that's it? I mean, that would be so scary that she doesn't even know that he was. I'm just saying, there's many things of what could have happened where she's going to go downstairs and say to the cops, "Is this about the robbery?" Whoa. That's like, and
I got to be
it.
honest, when her saying that on TV seems like it was a contrived thing.
Yes. It seemed too much. And I think that's why Le Grand Dame was like, ho, wait, you cannot manage this. Like, whatever you're doing, you cannot micromanage this situation. Shut up. I don't know.
If you had to bet, I asked you this before, if you were a betting woman, what do you think the outcome is for Wendy and Happy Eddie in terms of going to prison, not going to prison together at the same time?
I have a
there's
feeling,
no judge that could do that.
I have a feeling up in Baltimore, they will go at the same time.
Babe, no. No judge would do that for this kind of thing. You can't do that. You have to do the Joe.
Well, it will depend on how if they can prove how involved she was.
Babe, they can't take both those parents away from
Yes, they can if they both broke the law. I mean, I know the Giudices, one went first and then the Joe went after Teresa. But I think that was
Joe went first and Teresa went after?
Teresa went first.
She went first?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope this isn't happened to them. I really hope. Those kids are too damn cute.
And I wonder if a lawyer helps negotiate that with the judge. Yes.
Yes,
I'm
that's
sure they're going to have to do something like that. But I don't know. That's a lenient, that's being very lenient. They don't have to do that. They do not have to do that. I don't know. It depends if they get tried together or they go separately. See, there's a lot of things that are happening. We know there's a court date. I think it passed or is coming up. I don't know.
We'll hear about it.
I don't know. Those poor little cute children that have to go through this. But I have a sneaky suspicion that something is not right and that this might be whenever on these shows where people talk about how much money they have, I've said this before, we did this to the house and then the mom's dead giveaway. We're like, you spent a lot of money.
Not good.
And now we know that they're taking care of her. The money you give me, she said, there's a lot happening in this household. And I pray that they get it all straightened out. And I don't know.
In other news that is just making us pull our hair out, scratch our head, and keeping us tossing and turning at night, Austin and Craig, the bromance has fallen apart. Now, one thing about these reality people is the show will go on.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be like, listen, I can't fucking stand you. You can't fucking stand me.
But we're going to get that check.
We need to get that check.
Yeah. And they've been doing it so long that I don't know if they, Austin in particular, like, what is he going to do? Like, he hasn't really,
I think they're going to be fine. And also, you're dudes. At the end of the day, it's like, you're not a married couple. It's like Teresa and Joe Giudice. It's like, we're brother and sister. We don't have kids together. We didn't. Something got off the rails. Okay, I'm sorry. You're sorry. We're brother and sister. First and foremost. Second and foremost, it's like we're brother and sister. Let's get this fucking money. You're two dudes. Figure this shit out.
It's weird. I find it to be
But
I
get when a bromance falls apart.
You do.
Yes.
Talk to me about that, babe, because I don't understand it at all.
I mean, you get it when it's girls. It's like, you've had, or maybe you haven't, but I think you've had falling outs with women. It's the same.
No, I just out. I don't do the fall. I just out.
Right. You just out.
Yeah.
I get, but this is a working, they're friends and it's a working relationship.
Right.
At the end of the day, you're not fucking each other as far as we know. Maybe they are.
Right.
I don't think they are fucking each other. And
the tension is real. Like something went down. But they had a drunken night. Maybe they made out.
But it is the same kind of love.
Yes.
And it is the same kind of relationship. And then it is a kind of like, well, we're not as quote unquote in love. And, whether it's two girls that are best friends, you love each other. And if something goes off the rails and you're no longer friends or one hurt, it's the similar kind of hurt.
Same kind of hurt. I understand it. I guess I do. I just find it to be...
It's funny because
it's so extreme on television and it's heartfelt. I mean, last season when they were, where were they, in Puerto Rico, and they were at the fire pit, and he was basically saying that he had a drinking problem, and Austin really looked like, whoa, dude, you've never said that. But I've seen how lit you get. Like, you take it overboard. I think probably all three of them do, Shep included. But then you see him drinking again.
It's wild.
And then he doesn't know, like, he's confused because he's like, wait a minute, this is serious what you just said before. I think for Austin, it's confusing. Also, Austin lost a sibling, and I think he takes his friendships very deeply and very seriously. And, maybe in a little bit of an immature way of in the way of expectation having. That can get in the way when you have too many expectations from people based on your own psychology and pain, past pain. But I just think the way it's playing out is so funny. But also,
Shep is not a good mediator.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Austin, Craig, if you need a guy to mediate, I'll do it. Shep is a deer in a headlight.
He doesn't know what's happening.
He know what the fuck, and he loves them both, and he's just sitting there like, I don't want to get. And the other guy, who's the main guy, the fucking Whitney, he's not equipped to mediate it, and I'm offering my services.
I think you'd be great at it.
I'd be great. It's a third party
Whitney's
mediator.
It's below Whitney. Whitney's just does it. He's like, get it together. I mean, Whitney's a guy who goes to the beach fully clothed. He said he hadn't been to the beach since, I don't know, 1989. I don't know. He can't be bothered with many things. Okay.
No.
So I don't think he's the right person. I think Madison could do it if she actually got them in a room together. I think she's invested in both of them.
She can do it.
But
she's like, I have my own kids.
Yeah, now she's got her own kids, but maybe she wouldn't be too invested in Craig.
You need
but
a
Austin, she
third-party
cares
mediator.
about. Yes,
and I'm saying
you're the guy.
I would make it happen.
I think you should.
And I would say, guys,
we
listen.
should reach out to them. Say, you think you can fix this?
The other thing that we watched that we didn't talk about the other day that we really, really, really enjoyed is this Tyra Banks, America's Top Model documentary, which I think it's a three-part series.
3 parts, yes.
Could have been 2 parts.
Yes.
But the reason why they do that, you know why, is because the more episodes, the more eyes, the more minutes,
money.
the more minutes, the more money,
Yep.
the blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. But Tyra Banks is a motherfucker, man.
Yo, she's like a old school diva actress. I don't know, man. She's very difficult for me to watch. That was difficult.
No, it is true. She's got that old school publicity where her and her team come up with the stock lines,
the sound bites,
and we're gonna stick to them.
It. We don't veer.
We didn't know, and she's Tyra Banks, who I was in her 2 things with Tyra Banks. I actually did The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh wow!
And I believe that was the very first time she ever acted.
Yes,
I was in an episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I almost got cut out of. I almost got fired from that because this is a good story. I wound up working with Will Smith later on in Hitch, but something about Will Smith and me and Will Smith at that time, he did not like me, and I didn't really like the way he didn't like me. This is how I felt. He probably wouldn't even remember this.
Right.
But, I mean, I had a small part. My friend was the producer on the show. I'd already done, I think, True Romance. I'd done a couple of things.
No, wait a second, because I didn't know you then. You did China Beach.
No, I did Zebra
Head, China Beach, and then you did this. And then after that, you just took off. I'm telling you, because I wasn't with you when you did it. It was before we were together.
No.
I swear.
No.
Really?
Yes. That's not true.
Wait, so you went to work on, maybe you're right, actually.
Nonetheless, when I was doing my episode of The Fresh Prince, I remember it was just a vibey thing. I couldn't get a read on him. And, I was a fan because it was The Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. Like and I don't know, like it was just like a vibey thing. Like I couldn't get, and I was just thought like he was, listen, he probably he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He's figuring out this show. Yeah. And he's,
super famous and new to this big show.
And my attitude is so street.
You are street.
So street.
Yeah, you were street. Like, it was extreme.
It wasn't feeling right.
You went to work on The Fresh Prince, and if somebody gave you a wrong look on the set, you'd be like, what the fuck are you looking at?
But I literally, at one point, before the taping of the live show, I knocked on his dressing room.
How dare.
And I say, yo, can I talk to you for a second?
I love his story so much.
He came outside.
Because I could see him opening his trailer door and looking at it.
Like, and his bright-eyed, bushy tail, like real super positive self.
Yeah.
And I was like, and this is the gist of the conversation. And I wasn't threatening, but this is how at the time,
You
I
came off like that at the time. Everything was a threat, babe. I remember you then.
and not that Will Smith is pussy.
No.
And Will Smith's the same size, but like a little bigger than me. We're the same size.
Yeah.
And I remember he had his good friend Charlie Mack, but he came outside and they were gearing up to shoot the episode, and they were in there. And I remember this. This is a weird thing. He had a bunch of people in his dressing room, he had like a little posse, like he had, makeup people and assistants, and like there was people in there. I'm like 10 people. It's a small dressing room.
Yeah.
So and they're listening to his music, and I remember going, "The fuck?
Oh wow!
Like, this is what you're listening."
Right.
Again, this is all 90s shit.
Yes.
But I said to him, can I talk to you?
So he was having a listening party in his dressing room.
He's getting
before
ready to do the show.
But why were they listening to his music?
That's
right.
That's
right.
That's the ego. And that's why you're Will Smith.
Yes. Okay.
Because you need that kind of ego.
Yes.
Because out of all the things to listen to, why not listen to your own music?
Okay. I get weird. Okay.
But I said to him, and he came outside, I said, yo, I just want to make sure. I probably worded it like this. I want to make sure we don't have a problem.
Talk about ego. You're like on his show and you're like, yo, you got a problem with me? That's amazing. This is why I love you. Like, I love it. I love it.
They cut my lines. See, my lines kept getting cut. And on a sitcom, my lines kept getting cut down. Like at one point, it was a bigger part of it. It wound up being like, and then he was like, no, we're good. And I was like, okay, I just want to make sure.
Do you think people in the room heard you say that?
No, because outside.
Oh, he came out.
He came outside, and that was it. And I did the show, and then I went on to do a Hitch with him.
Wait, babe, back up. What did he do to make you think? Was it just a look or a vibe?
It's just a vibe, and I think because my lines kept getting cut, I didn't know. Also, I could tell you one thing, because I did Murphy Brown.
Right.
Before that.
Okay, we were together.
But one of the things that I didn't know, and it was all the way until when I did Friends. I didn't understand it till even probably after I did Friends, was when you're working on a sitcom and the live audience aspect of it and the beats of doing a sitcom.
Yes.
If you don't know what you're doing, and I'm thinking I'm like fucking Al Pacino in Serpico, like I'm improving, I'm in the moment.
No.
I probably was stepping on his lines, not waiting for laughs.
Yeah.
I know I was doing it on Friends, and they corrected me they were like, you have to wait for laughs. And I was like, oh,
right. Because you did movies. So
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I'm in the moment because I'm just ethereal actor, and I'm Al Pacino in Serpico, and I'm so in the moment.
You're carving your story.
Yeah, I'm such an artist.
Right.
I'm being sarcastic, people. But, I remember it was either Matt LeBlanc, the late, great Matthew Perry, or David Tremor, or maybe all of them. Like, they did it in a go, like, oh, you got to wait for, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know you had to wait for laughs. And I remember even when I did The War at Home, like, I always felt like,
it's stifling. It's a little stifling.
But there's an art form to it. No,
because, yes, I mean, that's where my journey was. And I remember it's almost like not acting, sitcom acting. It
is acting.
It's acting, but it's very performative. And like,
it's different than film acting.
It's almost like different from film and stage. It's like down the middle of it.
But not so much on stage, because if you're doing a play and it's a comedy, you must know, predict, and expect certain laughs.
Right.
Whether they come or not, you have to take those beats.
Same as sitcom. Like you got to let it.
Because I'm Al Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. Like I'm so in the moment, and I'm just this, free flowing fucking artist. So I probably had that, and they were probably like, fucking cut this fucking lunatic's lines.
Right.
And then at one point, I think they were gonna fire me, but they didn't fire me. But just because it was like, why is he? I was nothing.
Right.
And then I have the audacity to. Do you have a problem?
His door, I can't. That's funny. That's
insane.
Amazing
crazy.
To me. Amazing.
And he was like, no, I have no problem.
But you know what I love in you, because you're like this now. You will fix things. You know what I mean? You are that kind of guy. I think you've done that before.
I did do that one other time with another actor,
yes.
I was wrong. This is even more wrong. I did this because, again, I was doing True Romance, and I was off camera while Christian Slater, I remember it distinctly, we were doing the scenes at the amusement park, and I had probably done it beforehand because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I literally didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And I did not realize that when you're off camera acting, so when you're doing a scene with Christian Slater and you're saying the lines, when they're shooting his close up off camera, you stick to the lines to not fuck up his rhythm, because this is his time to shine.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I didn't understand that. And I was riffing while he's on camera because I'm this free-flowing.
Well, you were very eager and determined to
I
be
didn't know what the
successful.
fuck I was
remember,
doing,
yes,
though.
but you didn't know.
And he said, can you shut the fuck up and say your lines or something? Or just say your lines. Or I don't think he said shut the fuck up. I think he said just say your fucking lines, Dick Ritchie. And he called me. And I was like. He
called you Dick Ritchie?
Yeah, like he's trying to help me without like going like, yo, my man, like, have you ever been to acting class? You don't have any idea what the fuck.
Right.
And then later on, I said, do we have a problem? And he was like, no. And then I realized later on, like years later, this is probably like 2 or 3 years ago, where I was like, oh, fuck, Christian Slater wasn't an asshole. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Babe,
I literally
not
didn't.
2 or 3 years ago.
No, this particular thing with Chris, because I always.
Oh, that's right. You actually told me about it.
Because I
you
always kind of felt this thing with him, and I never said anything to him. I know people are like, "You're crazy," and that's why when people say to me,
"It's true,"
when I hear people go, "Michael Rapaport is a crazy person," I am a crazy person, and I'm probably a crazy person for even acknowledging it. Anyway,
but you're not crazy. But wait, let's wrap this up by. Let me ask you a question. When did you realize? Because you're one of the greatest actors of our generation.
Thank you, babe.
Truly. And like, when the fuck did you figure out you knew what you were doing? Like, when in your career did you go, oh, okay, well, these were lessons? Because if you're saying 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you were like, oh,
no,
I realized.
Just 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I realized it in regards to Christian Slater.
Okay.
The technical aspect of acting off camera, which is how this got started, I learned that later on. Definitely, when I started doing Copland, definitely when I started doing
Copland.
But it was a few movies into it. And it's very interesting because no one told me that.
No.
And I'm sure there's other actors that have had to experience it. But the thing about these acting classes, from what I know, and I'm sure there's more specific acting classes, unless you've actually worked on an actual sitcom and you've actually worked on an actual film
or commercial, it's like you don't know.
Those are the things. Like, so there's a technical part of the art of acting, mostly
technical. I would say it's a lot. That's why you have to be so good at acting, because even when you're doing a TV with your marks and hitting
it's a different thing,
and being able to sit it without looking at the fucking tape, and you don't ever want to look down. Like, there's a lot of tiny little things.
I'm sure they do that in acting classes.
There's film acting classes where they teach that. Yeah.
But I knew nothing about it.
Right.
But I remember when I was just working on this thing, this young actress was asking me questions about, acting and and it was late when I was doing the thing. And I remember I said to her, I said, one thing that they're probably never going to teach you in acting class, and I said, this is a gem, is that at 4:30 in the morning, when you've done the scene 40 times from 9 different angles, and you're exhausted, and the crew is exhausted, and you're literally, it has nothing to do with acting. It's really just about staying awake.
And stamina, yeah.
There's no technique. There's no Meisner. There's no Stanislavski. There's no listening to a Marlon Brando interview that will explain to you what you need to do. Then it becomes an artistic, I don't want to overstate it, an artistic war of nutrition.
Oh.
That's what it becomes.
That was so smart.
Because it's 4:30 in the morning. You're exhausted. You're cold. And you're tired. These lines you've said a gazillion times. Anyway,
I love this. It's so interesting to hear you talk about that. Anyway, how did we went on a tangent of
we
acting?
were talking about Tyra Banks.
Yes,
and
that's
because
right.
we
That's right.
Higher learning. Because I did higher, and I'm saying this, Tyra Banks knows she's probably not that good of an actress. She doesn't need to be a good actress. She's a mogul, yada, yada, yada. That being said, she's on that old school Faye Dunaway.
Totally. Like the pat answers but when she said, I didn't know, boo-boo, I was like, come on now, girl. You stop. Like, it's just stop. The biggest
that was
takeaway.
So condescending.
2 takeaways for me. So much problematic shit happened in the early 2000s. I mean, we grew up in a generation that people now think like, oh, it's hard and I'm triggered and I'm verbally accosted and all this shit. I mean, the shit that people put up with, us included, or participated not unwittingly, is wild.
But is it good or is it bad?
I don't know. I always say some things are not meant to be changed. Like, some things
I agree.
And other things, like models are models. I mean, making the chick tear out her teeth to close her gap, and now we see everybody with gaps in their teeth, and we can look at all kinds of crazy different looks in terms of modeling. It was too far. But I don't know. Maybe they were thinking in terms of her face, it didn't match the gap, whatever. my point is, hindsight is 2020, and then now when you can come out
gives
and
you
talk,
good TV though.
Yeah, it gives you great TV. The other part that I was really disappointed in is that how she didn't keep in touch with Miss J.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's, and she has plenty. She could help him pay his bill. Like
in regards to reality TV, though, it's interesting because people should be treated with respect. There should be hours, limited. It should be unionized and all that stuff. I totally agree, but especially now that we know it's not a freak show.
No,
we know it's a business. We know the Real Housewives of Everywhere is a business. It's landing a fucking life-changing job.
Yeah.
We know that Traitors is the top 5 watched most show.
Right.
Yada, yada, yada. And they know that.
Yes.
But that being said, there is a chaos and there is a payoff to the chaos and there is a gratification to the chaos that the fans, everybody likes, loves to hate, hates to love, and all that stuff. When you're specifically, when I'm going into like specifically this season of Traitors, like, as much as they talk to you, as much as and they go out of their way. Production, I'm being clear to say, production for Traitors took care of us
in every way
possible.
Yes.
And there's rules, regulations, you have days off, all that stuff. They're doing mental health checks. If you have all that,
there's somebody for you to talk to, all of it.
It's changed immensely.
Yes. Good. And that change is good.
But they want that chaos.
That's the right.
When I'm eating in a room, then this is a simple, silly thing. When I'm eating in a room, stuff on my face, they want that. When I'm screaming at somebody or somebody's screaming at me or people are not getting along, they want that shit to happen on camera. And that's the thing for me that was frustrating about Traitors is because when I look at it, where my head was at, like I was literally treating it like a show.
It is.
Like, I wasn't treating it like I'm trying to win this money.
But this is what I would say. It's like, I remember someone said it. I don't know if it was like Ice Cube told me or when I did that little movie, The Glass Shield. He was talking to me about Denzel Washington telling him about show and business.
Yes.
And it's mostly
business.
And so
it's could be called business show instead of show business.
That's right. Going back to Tyra's show, America's Next Top Model. The scene where they let the girl in the hot tub with the guys that they invited over and they just let it play out for the sake of show. That needs to change, right?
Yes.
Like you could see this poor girl from Timbuktu's is all of a sudden here in Hollywood and she's drunk and she got a boyfriend.
That was terrible.
That was terrible. And so I don't care. I'm glad that changed. I'm glad that like Traitors and I'm sure all shows have these things in place now to make sure people are safe.
Yes.
That being said, it's one of the things that made the show extremely popular, and the ratings for that were really high.
Yes.
So, hence the business, right? And you sign up. By the way, you sign up.
I guarantee you, on shows like Love Island, where you meet people by having them stick their tongue
down your mouth, and the camera is up your butthole with your G-string.
You're signing all kind of shit, and it ain't just a Traitors contract.
That's right. I'm saying, so I don't know.
You're signing away your rights to be touched and grow.
All that.
Because
all that.
When I think of Love Island and I think of when you are meeting somebody and you have your finger up their ass, they grab them by both cheeks of their ass.
And they're all slimy and they got stuff all over. Yeah, it's wild.
They don't even say, what's your name? They stick their tongues down their throats and you grab. Do you know what world you live in to think that's, I mean, will you think about how, do you think about trust me, in 10, 15 years, there's going to be a documentary about Love Island.
Yeah,
it's like, I thought it was good, and I got so many followers. This is not normal.
I'm saying.
I don't care what you sign.
Some things need to change and some things don't. Things need to change. But in terms of business, because it's business show.
They know what they're giving up.
That's right.
Because you go on Love Island, it's like getting your break on a show.
Yeah.
It's like getting,
now it's the thing. That's fame. But I got to say, last thing I'll say about the whole thing is I really believe that, people sign up. It's a choice that they sign up and they kind of know what they're getting
to. Make it clear now.
And now they're making it clearer than ever.
They ask you,
yes.
you got lawyers.
Yes.
You could fucking take that contract and throw it in ChatGPT. Ask you. They're covering their asses because they know motherfuckers are trying to lawyer up.
Yeah, and also here's the thing. If we don't like it, we can change the channel.
That is the thing.
That is the thing.
If it's so gross,
Like Love Island, I think we tapped out. We were like, whoa, too many asses in our face, too many
I don't
tongues.
need to see 21-year-old girl who just like, I just came from Missouri and then it's too much.
Yeah. So we get to choose. We get to pick and choose.
We get to pick and choose, and you get to pick and choose, and you chose listening to Rapaport's Reality, and that's what we are here for, to give it to you rough, rugged, and realistically Rapaport's Reality style. Tell a friend who tell a friend about Rapaport's Reality. Again, subscribe, rate, and review. And leave a message, leave a comment on our Instagram page at Rapaport's Reality. Love you, babe.
Love you.